There's that beautiful audio. It's begun. This has been a while, man. A while indeed to get this dang thing going. The final battle finally here. Rank this up. This game is wild, man. It's out of control. If you haven't been here for this before, if you just missed the other one either way, what we got going on is I've got 3 games for them. 2 Genesis games this time, 1 NES game. They've got 20 minutes each. Ideally, they would beat it before that. That's like the failure time. After 20 minutes, they can move on and just accept that they have failed the challenge. Any time gained on any of these games will go towards the final score, just like 20 minutes minus their time. Let's say John beats us in 10 minutes, and then he'll have earned 10 minutes of time and have a total time of 50 minutes, and that will be his score. This game is brutal. This stage anyway. Not every level's this bad, but man, this level sucks ass. Oh, it's tough. Oh man, it's tough. It took me a while to win this, but it was still within reason, within like 8 minutes. If you're good at this kind of game, and if you don't wreck a single time, then you can rank. If you do not clear the lap before time in the top left runs out, you're finished. You do have a boost, but when the hell could you possibly use that? You need to do 4 laps.
Boost seems pretty unreliable for this, unless you're knowing for sure that it's like a straightaway.
I think you will know once you get good enough at this to actually win.
It'd be nice if this game had a mini-map.
It's... The way I won this first map was to memorize the whole track. But I went to track 2-1 and I won right away, and then I determined this is actually possible to win, came back to 1-1 and decided this was my challenge. What do you think?
Did you have fun though? It's in the name.
I had a good time. Too bad it's so damn hard. If you touch the enemy cars, you're the loser. They win all the time. They contact damage you.
You pretty much lose all momentum if you crash.
I'm just looking for them to beat one single racer here. One single race. They can get in 5th place as long as they finish and they're ahead.
Looks like Polter is resetting.
Yeah, he knows that he's not going to win if he gets behind, but like you still need to learn the map, I think. Proton John's doing really well.
Is there any rubber banding at all, or...?
No, they're pretty set, I feel like. They don't seem to care about you at all. Once you get behind, you're done. And in fact, the timer in the top left reinforces that you won't even get to finish.
Oh yeah, no, I just noticed how fast that's ticking. It's kind of impressive.
You have like maybe 3-4 seconds of lap extra time here before that hits 0 and you're done. You just freeze in your tracks. John was in 3rd, but now he's in 6th. He's probably not going to be able to catch up. It's going to be rough. He's got to perfectly drive.
Kind of like Outrun a little bit. I was playing that recently with Yakuza. That game gives you like no time to get to the checkpoints.
Oh man, 3 minutes in, Proton John seems like he's starting to get the hang of it. He finished, he didn't get disqualified that time, that's progress. PolterGhost in 5th place this time. Fighting for 5th anyway. Yeah, he's in 5th still. I don't know where that last car is on his screen. Oh, here it comes. Something happened to that car. That car got messed up on his screen. He might be in luck. If he can do some good drivings, he might have this.
I think he's got this.
Looks like PolterGhost is finished with that game.
Oh, he's got it.
Yeah, 5th place is all I wanted. I got 1st once I got the hang of this. I went from 6th to 1st in my victory run. Jurassic Park is on the way. I figured this racing game would be the fast one, but it can be a nightmare too. It took me like 8 minutes, actually. That's my time.
It seems like the long one, or at least it could be.
Jurassic Park is probably going to be a nightmare. Look at that raptor.
Is this the one I think it is? Then, yeah, probably.
I guess it's not a raptor, but it's something. It's something.
It looks like Godzilla.
Yeah. I was pretty nice with not making them get like 1st, I think.
Yeah, no, I would say 5th is probably the only thing that's really doable here. You'd be pushing it if you went for like 4th.
So, Jurassic Park, collect the eggs, get key cards, find the way to open the gate, and past that you will find the goal.
Oh, yeah, this game.
This game sucks.
I think I've seen the Genesis version of this game.
The SNES version of this game is one of the worst games on the system.
I think that's the one I'm thinking of. It's pretty awful.
It's laggy as laggy gets, and it's got like first-person shit going on.
Oh yeah, no, that's the one I'm thinking of.
It's really bad. It's like, of licensed games, official releases, it's probably my #1 worst. Up there with like Wolverine, Adamantium Rage, as far as games that no one should play.
That game is pretty horrendous, especially we don't really say we have a timer on every level, but there is.
Yeah.
Rude.
Jurassic Park has like an FPS that runs at 3 frames a second, and it takes up 1/3 of the screen, and it just looks gross. It's got 2 enemies in the whole game.
I mean, this looks like an improvement over the SNES version.
Yeah, the NES version is better, and this still sucks, but I mean, at least it's not a 3 FPS mess. This is just a top-down crappy shooter. You know, whatever. It's not the top worst game on the console. Like, Bubba Z2 is a gem compared to Jurassic Park.
Oh, definitely. It's a shame, though. There's only one Jurassic Park game that I know of that lets you actually play as Mr. DNA. It's the Lego game. Lets you do that.
If you like Doom mazes, that's basically the level design in Jurassic Park. You just get lost the whole time. I mean, it's an FPS. I like FPSs. It's just a really, really bad one. John
I love Doom,
like,
but you need, like, signposting.
John looks like he's gonna get first place, actually. He's doing
So if he gets first, does he get, like, a bonus?
Nah. He gets finished. He's fighting for first right now. I think
Come on, John, you can do this!
As long as he doesn't lose too bad on this last turn, that's it. John is moving on to Jurassic Park as well.
Nice.
PolterGhost gets a couple of minutes, just a couple of minutes, the lead there. So they need to collect all the eggs, and when they pick up the final egg on the screen,
exclamation mark tilde.
they will get a key card. Now, the egg counter is below the ammo counter. Ammo is a concern in this. You have some lying around, but mostly you get ammo back from killing enemies. You get 2 shots. Now, you do have some blue orb ammo that is better too, but you can't really depend on finding ammo too much, so.
Well, I can say the dinosaurs are very tiny and adorable.
Those ones are. Collect the eggs, get the key card. Polterghost is still looking for one. It would appear he's having trouble finding that egg.
I think they recently made a new Jurassic Park game by the Planet Coaster people. I think they actually got Jeff Goldblum for it.
Oh, nice. So there are 2 buildings, and the key card doesn't really tell you which one goes where. Kind of on your own on figuring out where to go here.
Yeah, this is just gonna be whoever can find this key first and where to go with it.
Yep. And even then, that's only half the battle. This is screen 1 of 3 mandatory screens, basically. This is the big one, but
this game didn't have the weird interface where you have to like awkwardly move that hand, right? Or is that the
no,
SNES
it does.
Ooh.
They all have it. I just saw John walk past the. Ooh, I wonder if he saw that. I don't think he did. Well,
No,
good
I
luck.
missed it.
It would appear that Polterghost believes he's found all his eggs. Yes, he has. He's inside.
Nice. I think whatever he just picked up hurt him.
Yeah, the health packs are either they're bombs or health. Sometimes they're invulnerability. They do half your life. They just explode on you.
Just like my favorite scene in the movie where he walks into the building and there's a box that a T-Rex leaves on the floor and it just explodes.
All I'm looking for is to have a Triceratops on screen. If they pull it off, good work. That's what I want. There's gate control.
Oh, yeah, no. I
But
think this is still
access-
an improvement over the SNES version.
Access denied. Yeah, I mean, you don't do this much in this game. You didn't do it much in the SNES game either.
Nope. Looks like they're both on the interface.
John's opened it up outside where it's completely wrong. I wonder if he saw the other building. I think he would have to have seen it because he walked there to get the eggs. He's lost. That doesn't surprise me. Jurassic Park being rude. He's trying out all the terminals.
The real reason they closed Jurassic Park, there's just no direction here. You know, if you're visiting, where do you go?
Tim is beyond the main gates. They give him better hints than I did. Nice.
Now, what if John finds, like, a Triceratops elsewhere? Good enough?
It's the only Triceratops there is. That health pack has destroyed them both. Alright.
Good to know it's not random, it's just if you get it.
Yeah, that one is death. Now, if they game over, they'll be starting back at the beginning. Gotta collect all the eggs again. Polterghost on his last life here.
If you die, do you have to restart from level 1, or...
Yeah, you gotta go back outside to get all 12 eggs, and then the quest will begin. Again. Polterghost in good shape, though. I think he might make it. He's invulnerable when he picked up that explosive, so...
He should be good.
Well, Polterghost so far is holding that lead that he got from racing, basically. A couple of minutes ahead. I think John knows exactly where to go now.
It's still kind of hard to say who's in the lead.
Yeah. Polterghost was a little bit ahead from racing. John's moving pretty quick. Hey, Psych, thanks for the host. John is heading into the right building, and did Polterghost unlock the gate?
I think he did.
It's just a simple click. This is the building to do it in. Is John gonna risk that med kit?
I think that's a danger med kit.
One of them was invulnerability, the other one was health. He grabbed the right one. How lucky. How fortunate. 6 eggs in here.
Mean that, you know, you get a heal, but right next to it, if you, for some reason, decide to grab the other one, yeah, you're not full healed. You're slowered.
This mystery bag. Well, John has an extra life still. Polterghost, I think, just unlocked the gate. 4 eggs, and John will have been caught up.
Well, John is known for his love of eggs, so...
Yeah.
It's gonna be a major upset if he doesn't get this.
Polterghost heading directly towards victory here. Yes, he is in. Jurassic Park is through. Our players are crushing these games. I expected more havoc from Jurassic Park. They're both making it without deaths. That's a Triceratops. That's what I'm looking for.
Nice. He got here faster than I honestly thought he would. Oh, that's a real good continue screen.
She's clever. Did John open the gate? That's all you do in here. I'm sure he did.
I think he did.
The key opens up the terminal. All told, John made some progress on this game compared to Polterghost. They both crushed it. John made it a little faster, so he's catching up. He's only a minute behind. And he also is finished with Jurassic Park at 13 measly minutes. Game 3 is here. Game 3 is the nightmare of the 3, I think. I let them play either character. Have you played this before?
Is there any advantages, or...?
Advantages to what?
Like, you know, each character.
Oh, well, they both shoot. Baloo shoots a ball that comes back to him. It's very similar, whereas Kit here shoots a projectile forward.
You know, it's all that archery experience from Baloo's days as one of Robin Hood's merry men.
Gotta let Proton John know that he's finished. He saw a Triceratops. He's trying to beat the stage it's on. Ah, they're both loading Tailspin now. Good to go. Switching to Baloo, it looks like.
Man, this is a really sad version of the Tailspin theme. Oh yeah, Tailspin.
Polterghost has discovered that he can pick up cargo. This is why you are here. You work here. This is what you do. You pick up cargo. John also has figured it out. So, what they must do is pick up enough of those. and then they'll think about finding the exit at that point. It's not terribly bad platformer.
Seems pretty decent. Like, if I got this as a kid, I'd probably enjoy it, but forget about ever owning it.
After an hour of Tetris 2, Proton John needs a break from these awful games, so I gave him some half-assed games. It's still a game I wouldn't play for fun, but you do need to collect as many cargoes as you can. I have no idea if swimming kills you.
I think he just jumped so high on top of the screen, PolterGhost, that he just died.
Yes, that is a thing.
That's awful.
That happened to me as well. You just get killed by that. I don't know why. It was confusing.
It's well known in the Tailspin universe, if you're caught up in your Tailspin lore, that the clouds are very toxic and dangerous. That's why they're always flying in planes rather than just flying, flapping their arms.
I do believe that you need 10 crates. The game will indicate that to you by blinking when you do have that many. They're all over the place. They'll have to look around a little bit to find all 10. There are actually more than 10 on the stage. So they're nice in that regard. You don't have to get them all.
That's good. I really like these cheeseburgers that they have. They don't even really look like there's anything on them. It just looks like bun. Look at that.
Oh.
It's a lot of blind jumping in this game. I don't know if I like that.
John sees the exit. Polterghost, I don't think has seen it yet, but he has the crates to open
He was over there earlier, I believe. Oh, no, he sees it now. Come on, what are you doing? Go in! There he is.
John's one short.
Oh, I can't say I was expecting this.
This boss?
No, more the arena.
John is right there. Did he make it in, or did he die? Oh, he made it
fell to his
in.
death. Oh,
Excellent
nice.
work.
He made it.
Somehow, they're both tied. John is caught up at this point. What a race.
Come on, John. Make this real close.
So there is a pit in the center, I guess. I didn't fall in that. I didn't know that was a pit, but apparently
I just thought it was, like, there.
Apparently these people work in an earthquake. So you can hit this and every other boss in this game you can hit when they're attacking. So here's where Baloo kind of sucks. Kit shoots across the whole screen, is better at this than he is. Nobody's using him, so it's not a hard boss though.
Well, Polter was picking him originally, but he changed out. Polter's already done. It looks like
it's a really
first boss.
You could race this boss like pretty easily, I think. Oh, John gets shoved into the pit. Stage 2. Our final match might only be a 30-minute journey. Stage 2 is a more annoying stage, but it's not that much more annoying.
It seems like the Darkwing Duck stage is the city and that weird Darkwing Duck looking symbol.
John is on this stage as well. Nice. He's 5 crates lagging. The boss gave him a little bit of trouble with the pit.
Well, if John takes a really good path, he might be able to win this. But it all comes down to, you know, overall time as well.
These dudes that box, they don't seem to take damage, but they do. I was really confused by them. They just don't seem to go away. And the box that they're picking up, I don't know if they figured this out, but you can place them. It's in the controls. You can place it and jump off of it.
But you have to pick it up again, right?
Yeah, you can actually pick up more than one at once, and that's how you get through here. I think you need to. I think you need to work this out. This might be the last hurdle.
I think it also comes down to who can kill the boss first. Depending on, you know, how fast they get over there.
I'm trying to remember what this boss was. This boss was different.
I think John might have found a way.
This underwater part it's got crates in it, but it is not the way forward.
You can only go left.
Yeah, it's got some crates. I don't know if you need these crates, but there are boxes down here.
And the soggiest cheeseburger I've ever seen.
Both players on their last life. If they die here, they'll have to restart the stage. There are continues, though. It must be really confusing. They have all these crates that don't seem to do anything. I didn't look up controls or anything. When I make these challenges, I figure it out on my own, and if I can do that, then I think other people should have to do it as well. Hopefully, players will work it out.
I know I'm a big show don't tell in games. You should be able to figure everything out on your own if it's a good game.
All he has to do is figure out what button does the job. This enemy will not go away.
Well, I see why. He's one of the guys from Cheetahman.
Now that jump cannot be cleared. This is why you must use it. And John has figured it out, it looks like.
Discovered the power of the square.
Bubba Swalter, thanks for the sub. It would appear that PolterGhost wiped out. John has as well. They'll be starting over in this level. John, though, seems to know the answer, maybe.
I see switching characters, though.
Are you able to do that from continue? I don't think so.
Oh, never mind. I guess they're both stuck as blue.
Yeah, it's blue to the end. It's just permanently... This is a two-player game. I wonder what that plays like.
It's probably really crowded, if I had to imagine, looking at the screen. Oh, that's what Baloo's weapon is. It's one of those little paddle toys.
X-Ray Hip as well. Thanks for the sub. Hey, we're getting up there, man.
Oh, Polter has figured it out.
He hasn't. He's close.
He put it down for a second.
I don't know what that is. I also ran into this issue. One button puts it down and the other one puts it down and then immediately picks it back up. And I have no idea why. But Polter is moving forward. The problem is you do need two boxes. One to get up there and another one to do the jump.
Can't just jump from like the fire hydrant.
I think you can, but it's supposed to be damage. You're not supposed to do that.
I'm curious if they have different physics at all.
I don't think so.
It would at least make sense if blue has more weight.
They do keep the chests, the crates that they've gathered when they die. I don't think they keep the placeable blocks, though. You're meant to get those on this go, you know? It looks like blue actually does need more blocks than Kit did. That's a pain.
I guess you were playing as Kit?
Yeah, I was.
You know what, they probably do it like, did you play Goof Troop?
Yes.
They had Goofy and Max where, I think Goofy was the power character and he was slower and then Max was faster.
Absolutely, that was a great game.
It's a fantastic game.
John suddenly pulling ahead. Did he find the exit? He did. He's on the final boss of my
John,
tournament.
do it.
This is it. This weasel monster with his goofy gun that misses all the time. It just shoots around you. You can, if you find the sweet spot.
This is the worst shotgun I've ever seen.
It shoots down, and Kit can outrange it, and it goes right over his head. Baloo sucks, is what I've learned from watching these two play.
He really does.
You can just sit in the safe zone and take this sucker out, but Baloo cannot.
At least they were nice enough to fix the earthquake that happened here.
Yes.
Oh shit, Polter might be able to take this.
It's close. Down to the wire. Polter is trying to tank it. Is that working? John's on his second try here.
Well, I know what is working is the people in the background really do not care for this battle going on. They're still having a fine day.
Polter has been taken out. Both players have died to this boss once apiece. John has a little bit to go and a little bit of health left to do it.
Come down to the wire.
Oh man, cornered.
Oh, so close.
What a good race. Polter has taken charge of this boss fight. It would appear. It is over. Polter has won. Is John gonna beat this boss today? Oh man. They should count their blessings that I did not make them play this level. But when you're playing it as Kit, it is tremendously worse. You do not have control of the plane. You have control of a kid flying behind it. And it just kind of flies into death.
I'm sure for playing this in like 2-player, that'd be a really fun idea.
Yeah, but in 1-player, I literally couldn't win. I cheated and I still couldn't win. Like, the plane would just fly into 20 planes and you would just take damage. So, finally, on stage 3, Kit is worse. But until then, Baloo sure is trash. Now, Proton John died when he killed the boss, but so did I when I did it, and it counts. So he's made it through. That is it. They have done it in 25 minutes, but it was such a close race. PolterGhost.
Congratulations to both of you.
PolterGhost has pulled it off. My ultimate mystery champion. Nice work. That boss took some names too. He didn't mess around. Baloo was
he
just
did have a gun.
Baloo was just a bad matchup for him.
And can you imagine trying to play Contra with his awful gun? Just constantly aiming at the floor.
Man. What a race. What am I gonna do now after heading off a race like that, man? Gonna do something. Me and Slow Beef in an hour are going to race Kuso. But until then, I'm gonna do something. I'll do some Spelunky runs or something. But me and Slow Beef will be doing a blind race of Kuso. If you played the game Love, it's a sequel for that. I'm gonna wrap this up. This is the end of my mystery tournament. Let's see if they want to jump in here.
You should get some words from them.
Yeah, you know what? If Proton John didn't stick around in the Triceratops, I wonder if he would have won.
I think they both kind of stuck around there, but it seemed like the time from the Fun Car Rally was pretty different. Like, John had to do basically an entire race.
Yeah, I think the Fun Car Rally was a bigger impact than the Triceratops. He was only on there for like 30 seconds.
Definitely. I think John probably did a faster Jurassic Park.
Possible. Let me see if they want to come in here and talk about those games. The first pack of games I had was certainly the bad pack. Maybe I should have rotated them. They were tough
Did I
games.
screw up?
How you doing, John?
Did I screw up?
You both kind of hung around on the Triceratops. You did for longer. I think what really cost you time.
Stay for.
How long? Well, you thought we had to survive. Like you said, fine. I'm like,
you
I
both
guess we
kinda
just
hung around
kind
on
of
the
survive the
Triceratops. You did
boss.
for longer. I think what really cost you time.
I guess that's both our faults for not reading right.
I scrolled up just to check to see how far I needed to go for it.
Survive the boss. No, I had it on screen like find a Triceratops. I'm like, okay, do I just keep going now or?
You have
I
to
think
tame it.
what really cost you time was PolterGhost did not continue races that he couldn't win. He just restarted.
Oh,
Yeah.
Smart
That
play.
game was a
very
rough one.
smart play.
Well,
I kept
Polter-
doing it because I wanted to learn the track.
Yeah, Polter got 5th place, whereas you were fighting for first on your win. But my 5th place condition actually might have won him this race since I was pretty generous with that one because it's a mean game.
Yeah, that was pretty much what I needed.
Rough.
It looked like the 6th racer on that one race that you won bit it somehow. I don't know what happened to him, but he just was not there. He was gone.
I just kept ramming him every time I saw him.
Oh, that's a good plan.
I couldn't understand how like you attacked or anything because sometimes you touch them, they slow down, and sometimes you slow down. Did you ever figure out what was the difference?
Nope, I just hit them from behind and they slowed down, and I was like, this is fine. So that first game is mechanically and graphically stolen from another Genesis game called Combat Cars.
Interesting.
So I'm kind of used to the really horrible controls.
It looked like a real gem. I played, you know what, the first stage is worse than some of the other tracks. I got first right away on some of the other tracks. It took me something like 10 minutes to win the first one. I was trying for a while. You had to memorize the whole thing to really get good at it.
Yeah, it's basically how the original game was like too. So at least they kept that crappiness in.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, what'd you think of the first pack of games? The real hard ones.
Wow, I can't even. Let me look at what the games were again because they were.
You had, was it
kinda
Time Diver?
bad. Time Diver was good. Time Diver I would play on its own. Superman was terrible.
What was it?
Yeah, that's a rule of thumb, really.
Jim's Power or something?
Oh, you had Jim Power, right?
Jim
yeah,
Power.
the Lost Dimensions 3D.
Yeah, no, I practiced Jim Power knowing that I would probably end up having to play it.
That's
I
very
made sure
I was
specific to have
prepped.
picked. Did you know any of the 3 games that we did in this set?
No.
I'm surprised you got through Jurassic Park that fast then, because I remember that as a kid, that game being a pain in the ass.
Well, I played the Super Nintendo version, so I'm like,
Oh, right, they're pretty close.
Oh,
I'm like, this is kind of similar. So
just replace the indoor sections with FPS that runs 2 frames. The
But,
med packs that kill you are a nice touch.
oh yeah, I was
They're
at
real
full
good.
health. Immediately dropped to 0. That was pretty great.
Yeah. What a fun game.
They couldn't
But yeah,
decide if
Jim-
they wanted to be invulnerability, health, or death, and it's preset. It's not random. They just
Oh,
put,
is it preset?
Yeah, you guys got the same one, and we noticed it was both murder.
Oops.
right beside the health is the death, and they just put them together there and hope good luck.
I mean, that's just ocean level design in general. They're
Yeah,
not
pretty
good
much.
developers. Or
Well, thanks for
publishers.
helping me wrap this up. It's been a while. It's just almost ready to launch a new one here.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I had a lot of life events come up.
Yeah,
so-
are you all right?
Yeah, hopefully you're doing fine now, right?
Certainly better.
It's good to hear.
That's good to hear.
So, but yeah, I'm glad to have finally finished this.
It's all wrapped up. I do appreciate you putting up with my garbage. You're not the only ones who did, but you're the ones I have here. Thanks for playing. Found some good
Yeah.
games in this thing too. Psych gave me a real piece of junk. You're lucky I didn't give you that. That was so bad.
What game?
What the hell was it called? Let me see. Raid 2020.
Have I played that?
That sounds
played that one.
familiar. What the hell is that?
You load it up and it's got a winners fight drugs message, and you just walk down a pier.
Oh,
yeah, that game!
This one.
That sounds familiar.
And what you do
It's
is it's RNG.
It's a Color Dreams NES game.
Yeah, there's like something that you need to find, but it's random. It's too random. That's why I didn't use it really, is because it seems like you cannot control what the heck you're doing. Like, you need something and it's not there. It's like the rupee digging game from Link to the Past. And you look for that heart piece.
Fun.
A video game.
Yeah, I practiced a lot of jump in preparation for this. That did not come up.
I'm
That's my
surprised-
fault. I didn't practice at all. I didn't expect to be doing this and Kuso tonight at the same time.
I found some pretty tough games in my list. I ran out. I was having some trouble. It's hard to make this many challenges, actually. It's rough. 20-minute challenges, you gotta play through, figure out what's good. James Bond Jr. I gave to somebody, and it was like 5 minutes for me, and they didn't finish. I just completely... That's a failure on my part. When I give 4 players a game, we used to do 4 in this at the start, right? And I gave 4 players James Bond Jr. 0 finished. They didn't even come close, and it was like level 1 and 1-1 and 1-2. And I couldn't... It's just too much. It's just a game that I played, and I know what to do, and it's just terrible. And it doesn't feel terrible because I grew up with it. But it is.
I'm not gonna lie. When you said the game list, I'm like, oh, Tailspin. Maybe it's the Game Boy one, because I know he's done the NES one a bunch. I didn't think it was gonna be the Genesis one, and at least it wasn't the TurboGrafx one.
Well, I mean, you were behind on... because of the race, you were behind about 3 minutes, and you nearly caught up on Jurassic Park, but in Tailspin, you actually got to the boss first. If you did not die that one time when you had him down to like the last couple hits, you would have taken this.
Well, the problem is, like, and I don't know if this was clear to people watching, you couldn't damage the boss unless they were attacking you.
That's right.
Yes.
You know what?
And
Neither
your
of you-
range wasn't the full screen either, so you couldn't just lure them to the other side of the screen and bait them.
You both fell for the blue
If you picked
trap.
the other character, you actually could have done that.
Kit
What?
does not shoot his balls in a boomerang pattern. They go straight across the whole screen. Also, he jumps higher. so you only need one box.
Of course.
He's just better in every way.
I didn't know. I tried Kit to start with, and he didn't seem like he was doing it for me.
On stage 3, though, which you didn't have to play, thankfully, that airplane shmup thing, you were just driving an airplane, right?
Yeah.
When you're playing one player as Kit, the AI is driving the airplane badly, and you are hanging off the end, trying to surf around planes that are shooting the crap out of you. It's impossible. So
that sounds entertaining.
So they make up for Kit being better then, but it seems like this game might be good co-op. I'll have to try it sometime. But thanks for playing.
I didn't expect it to be 2 maze games in a row.
Maze? Yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah, that was pretty much a maze game.
It wasn't as
especially
bad
in like the
as
second stage when you had to go underneath that slow ass underwater maze or like just the tunnel.
The lion punching guys who just, they do die. They take like 30 shots though. They just chase you the whole time.
Do the crabs slow you down underwater? Because it looked like that. You were trying to like wiggle them off.
You had to wiggle to get them off you, and then you also had to like, I think you had to go up for air because he kept making a breathing noise, so I kept going up for air.
It definitely sounded like that.
I ended up dying from running out of air.
That sounds right. You also die for walking too far up off the screen. If you touch
that was kind of humorous. I'm like, will this kill me? Yes, it will.
Yeah, if you walk off the screen, either below or top, you will die. They just didn't program that in.
I had a feeling it would kill me, but I went for it anyways. I don't make good decisions.
Hooray. That's why we're in mystery tournaments.
Well, PolterGhost, as my winner, I owe you $20 of Steam stuff, so just send me a PM what you want.
Oh, man.
Proton John, I'm just going to buy 3 gift subs in your channel. How's that sound?
All right, you don't even have to do that, but it works too. Thanks.
All right. Oh, I'm done. All right, well, I'm going to play Spelunky or something until Slowbeef is ready for my Kuso race with him. It's this retro Atari-looking game, Kuso. It was made by the guy who made the game.
The actual game Kuso. Okay.
Yeah.
That game looks real fun, but real hard.
I played the first one the guy made, and I had fun. It was only an hour or too long, though. It was the same kind of game. I don't know how hard this one is. Hopefully not too bad. I saw you were playing Tetris 2. I was watching that. Actually,
that was my Kuso Grande match right before we did this.
Yeah. I've seen worse on Kuso, but man, I wouldn't want to play Tetris 2 for an hour.
That game is a thing.
You'll start to lose your mind.
Well, it was just more so the way you had to, like, eventually you just stopped actually trying to beat the stage by clearing everything, and you just went for the all screen. Because the pieces at the bottom that were flashing will actually get rid of everything of that color. So that's what you wanted to do, but like getting there half the time was half the problem.
It's
like Dr. Mario, but there's only 3 viruses.
That is Dr. Mario, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean by exactly 3. Okay.
Yeah.
It's only 3 viruses until you find the cure.
And then it becomes pandemic, apparently.
And then Madagascar is still closed.
Oh god, no, not
Oh yeah. My last Kuso game was Weird Dreams, and it's a game I beat on stream.
Oh, you actually beat it?
With save states, because I don't think a human could beat that game. If I'm being honest, I don't.
That game is awful.
I was arguing with Brosentia and them about what the hardest game, worst game they had on the show was, and I don't think that they could beat Weird Dreams. I don't know what they've had that they think competes with that, but not knowing what to do in the game provides no information. And then I knew what to do, and it was just one task, and it's a 1-button game, and it took me like an hour per task to do it with save states. That's pretty rough, man. That's
and then there's that infinite lives code, which apparently what you're supposed to do for that is do SOS in Morse code.
It's so even the cheat code for Weird Dreams is nearly impossible. You must walk to the very edge, and I mean in a game where you have a hard time taking one step. You usually take like 6 steps when you mean to take one. That's how bad it controls. They want you to walk to the exact frame, the exact pixel on some mirror, and if you step too far, you'll go into a zone and die because you're not going to beat that zone probably. You stand in the right spot, and you with your 1 button you type in SOS, and when you type in SOS, it must be exact. It has to be exactly right, or it's not going to work. I was talking to Brosentia about how I could beat Weird Dreams, and he told me that they tried to get that cheat to work for like a while and they couldn't do it. And then
You're watching the PBG video, because he did that apparently like 2 years ago, and I forgot he did that. He puts the code in the video. He said it took him an hour to get it right.
Good God.
And then
That's just not worth it.
if I'm being honest, save states save you from having to do an entire zone again. If I had infinite lives and I wasn't using save states, I don't think I would have cleared it. It's too much progress lost to die. You need to do... It's honestly indescribable. It's kind of the kind of thing you just have to play yourself to see why. It's
Die
just,
to the Hornet. Do that whole area over again.
it's like
I will pass on having to do that because that was supposed to be one of my Kuso rounds, but I had watched them play it, so I got the pass instead.
nice. You're indeed lucky. So, there's like a desert scene, and it's 4 screens of enemies that respawn, and they're random in their attacks, and you feel like you hit them, but you don't. And if you don't, you die, and you'll be set all the way back. And then when you get past those 4 screens, an entirely different boss appears, and he needs to be done exactly this way. The problem is, again, exactly this way is one of the hardest inputs I've ever done for a video game. It just doesn't work. I could speedrun Mega Man X2 more easily than beating this boss. And then once you kill him, there's a second one. Just come on. It's never happy. It was never a good time. That game.
If that's bad, if you don't have the right item, you gotta do it all again.
Oh, that's right. So it's just one of those games where you don't know what to do, and it should be a point-and-click adventure game. But in our match, me and Genie, we both were doing the same thing for an hour. I made it through one time, and that's why we won. That's why I won. Because in an hour, I cleared that part once, and then I immediately died to the next part and had to do the first part again, which I tried for 40 minutes and never pulled it off a second time, and then I just went somewhere else and didn't succeed. So I won like 8% clear to 6% clear in an hour. It was a good time.
I do love how complicated the story tried to be, if you look it up.
Well,
Where you have this girlfriend who you're in love with, but she's apparently, I think it was possessed by a demon, and is tormenting you, causing you to pass out and try and murder you in your dreams. You're getting brain surgery to get rid of her. And then you just wake up is the ending of the game. And then it turns out, oh, surprise, she was the doctor. She's just going to kill you. That's it. You died. Anyway.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Yep.
well, there's also a section where you have to press page down to use an item. That came out of nowhere. There's a whole bunch of stuff like that. So yeah, that is my vote for worst game I've ever played, actually. I've never seen a game like that before or after. As I've searched on purpose for this tournament for bad games, you know, and I played Kuso games. I'm like, I don't think I've lost yet. I think I've won all the ones in the preliminaries, and I certainly haven't lost in the qualifiers. I'm doing pretty good. Weird Dreams is the worst one they've given me by far, man. Ugh.
Yeah, so you are in the next round, which is the decathlon, right?
Yeah, I'm in the upper brackets. I've won twice.
Yeah, I got sent down the losers by playing the game that I got instead of Weird Dreams. Avoid the Noid.
Oh, I played that. I love the Noid.
Who doesn't?
Is that
Comes
the
with
NES
pizza.
game?
No, it was was it the DOS version? No, it was the Commodore 64 version we played.
No.
Yonoid is the NES
That
one.
sounds about right.
Yeah, so you're a pizza delivery man, and you have to get to the 30th floor of an apartment. But you also have to find like a hidden security code along the way in phones that if you pick the wrong one will just kill you instead.
Yeah, that sounds like
Well, that's
Noid.
why they don't have the Noid anymore in any of those ads.
Well, no, it's because of the guy with the last name Noid that killed someone.
That too.
I forgot that was a thing.
Most people
Yeah.
did and should.
I honestly did too. I was like, oh,
Was that Domino's?
Yes.
Yeah.
They got better branding now. They have insurance on their pizzas.
I remember.
They fix potholes now.
Yeah, that's right.
I once suggested for MagFest, since they apparently always order a ton of Domino's, I was like, hey, can you do like a Yonoid pizza eating contest just to get a bunch of pizza? They rejected the idea, sadly.
Aw.
Which means it'll be on the schedule next year.
Domino's
Oh, that was
fixing
2 years ago.
potholes and branding
Which means
them.
it'll be on the schedule 2 years.
Domino's fixing potholes and branding them is some like dystopian hell. It sounds like These corporations control everything, even the potholes.
So
But they
have
are
worked with
doing that.
Hatsune Miku.
That's no excuse.
I am trying to get a panel at MagFest again. I did sign up for it. Hopefully we get that show again. That was fun. I want to do that a second time.
I might try again. Last time we kind of had a computer failure.
Yeah,
So everything kind of went up in smoke like a week before. So we just kind of said, all right, we're just going to do what we can. It's a proof of concept. And you know what? It went well for what it was.
I mean, my favorite part of your panel, no offense, was Catsworth falling asleep on stage.
That's what I was going to say.
You bring up Catsworth, he answers some trivia. You have him wait there because you're doing like a best of the Tourney players or whatever, and he just is sleeping there. He just nods off on stage. It ruled.
Classic Catsworth.
I've never seen that either. That was a new experience.
How can he fall asleep when he was right next to pizza?
He was a sleepy boy.
It was like 9 p.m., just Catsworth's bedtime. He was coming from the west, so it should be even earlier for him.
Well, he has a cat. He needs to take his cat naps.
Dude, I've been playing the Tailspin game since this third stage sucks.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
it's pretty awful.
you should
No, I don't mean the plane stage. I mean the third like platforming stage.
try. I mean, you'd have to play levels 1 and 2 again, but try it with Kit. Level 3. I was thinking about
Actually-
including it, but
Is there like a way for you to touch the other controller and see if you could like turn on Kit? One of those like tag-ins?
it's co-op
I do
game.
wonder. But then I have to control both characters, which is the problem.
Or you can intentionally murder Baloo and never see him again.